Imagine a car racing down a highway, only to hit a sudden speed bump. It jolts, slows down, and raises questions about what went wrong. That's exactly what's happening to India's economy right now. Growth has slowed to a 7-quarter low of 5.4% in the July-September quarter of FY25, far below expectations. As you can see in the chart, after COVID there was a sign of growth, but the last 4 quarters are dipping. What caused this slowdown, and what's the road ahead? Let's break it down. These are the 4 topics we will cover in today's discussion. Why the growth slowed, sector performance, the challenges, and the way ahead. Let's start with the big picture. 1. Why did growth slow down? India's economy, expected to grow at 7%, fell short, hitting 5.4%, a significant miss. Analysts projected 6.5%, but even that target wasn't met. So, what's causing this deceleration? Weakening consumption. Private consumption, particularly in urban areas, has slowed down. Rising food prices, higher loan MS, and stagnant wages are taking a toll on household spending. Imagine wanting to buy your favorite street food but finding out it costs twice as much. You might skip it altogether. Subdued government spending. While government spending picked up recently, it wasn't enough to counteract the private sector slowdown. Government consumption grew by 4.4%, a step up from previous quarters, but still not game-changing. Adverse weather and corporate earnings. Heavy rains disrupted key industries, and top companies reported their weakest profits in 4 years. Weak corporate earnings often translate to cautious investments, creating a cycle of reduced growth. 2. Sectoral performance. Who's winning and who's struggling? Agriculture, a bright spot. The agriculture sector grew by 3.5% in Q2, bouncing back after 4 quarters of modest growth. A good harvest and strong rural demand are driving this recovery. Manufacturing and mining, a slump. Manufacturing crawled at just 2.2%, and mining actually contracted by 0.1%. This signals a slowdown in industrial activity, which is critical for long-term growth. Construction, a powerhouse. On the brighter side, construction grew by a robust 7.7%, fueled by strong domestic steel consumption. Infrastructure remains a beacon of hope in an otherwise cloudy economic landscape. Services, resilient as ever. The services sector continued to shine, growing by 7.1%, with segments like trade, hotels, and transport registering healthy gains. Services continue to be India's reliable backbone, standing tall like Amitabh Bachchan in any role, dependable and steady. 3. Challenges and what lies ahead. Despite the slowdown, economists are cautiously optimistic about a recovery in the second half of FY25. Factors like increased government infrastructure spending, rural demand, and industrial base effects could help. But challenges loom large. Inflationary pressures, rising prices are eating into purchasing power. It's like ordering pizza only to realize you can now afford just the base. Policy uncertainty. Geopolitical factors like US elections and Chinese imports add unpredictability. Global slowdown. A weaker global economy could impact exports and investments. The Reserve Bank of India has maintained its GDP growth projection at 7.2%, but analysts are skeptical. Many expect growth to dip below 7% as challenges mount. 4. The way forward, unlocking growth potential. So, how can India navigate these turbulent waters? Here are some things India should immediately look at. Tame inflation, address supply chain bottlenecks and control food prices to stabilize household consumption. Think of it as fixing the foundation of a house, unseen but essential. Boost investments, stimulate private sector investment with incentives and clear policy direction. Infrastructure focus, continue investing in roads, railways, and housing to drive growth. Infrastructure is the aha moment we need. Job creation and skills, focus on generating employment and upskilling workers for future industries. With these steps, India can overcome its current challenges and pave the way for a sustainable, inclusive economic future. Growth slows, challenges mount, but opportunities remain. If this breakdown gave you clarity, hit like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts on India's economic path forward. Let's navigate the world of economics together.